Join me for a calming ASMR grooming session with my German Shepherd. I'm thrilled to introduce our sponsor for today, the One Is All Dog Grooming Vacuum. Grooming used to be quite a messy process, but the One Is All Dog Grooming Vacuum has made it so much easier. First, I use the grooming brush to work out any mats and tangles in my German Shepherd's coat. After that, I switch to the de-shedding brush, which is perfect for removing loose hair from his thick fur, while the vacuum keeps the mess in check. The electric clippers with 6 limit combs are perfect for tricky areas like the under ear hair, and the paw trimmer makes it easy to keep their feet neat. The nail grinder is quick and safe, keeping their claws perfectly trimmed. Even my foster kitten loves being brushed with this setup, which makes grooming time much less stressful. Once I'm done, the crevice nozzle and cleaning brush help me clean up, though there's hardly any mess, thanks to the vacuum feature. And with the storage board and bag, I can keep everything organized for the next grooming session. So if you're ready to make your grooming stress-free, get your One Is All grooming kit today through the link in the description.